What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of the True Big Blue Podcast. And tonight, even if I'm solo tonight, we're going to talk about the future of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley moving forward with the New York Giants, heading into the second half of the season. So tune in, kick back, relax, and enjoy. And we're going to play the promo, and we're going to be back to talk some Giants football. Let's get it.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access with Big Pat Sports Talk, where you get the latest and realest Giants news and content. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and become an official Big Blue Crew member? Hit the join button in the description. Wanna look fly is some Big Pat Sports Talk merch? Head over to the Big Pat Sports Shop and grab you some gear. The link is in the description.
New York Giants Full Access, all Giants, all the time. All right, Giants fans. New York Giants Full Access is now live. Enjoy the show.
So, what's going on? Big Blue Crew, New York Giants fans. Welcome to another episode of the Big Blue Podcast, True Big Blue Podcast, with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And today, we're going to be talking about the futures of Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. Hey, there's my co-host. What's going on, Lou?
What up?
Man,
No warning, huh?
No warning. I put the link in the chat and everything. You know it's Wednesday. I put the link in the Big Blue Crew chat and everything. Oh, did you just get home?
I ain't even home. I'm driving.
But man, I just been
representing though. I'm representing though. Everywhere I go, I'm repping.
I like that hoodie, bro. I gotta get one.
Why is there echo?
Is it an echo on my end?
Nah, I'm probably because it's hooked up to my car.
Oh, okay. Wells, what's going on? But I was just talking about DJ and Saquon Barkley are back healthy again for the Giants for the first time in about 6 weeks. And their futures are tied together. So I was talking about moving forward. Well, are Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley New York Giants statuses in doubt after this season? Let's say we finish the season 5-12 or 4-13 or something like that. You think the Giants would let both of them go? Will they let one go and the other? I mean, how you think that's going to happen with these guys?
If they let both of them go, you might as well consider it a rebuild again. As we all know, they're a tandem. Barkley was here a year before, and it's been them two since DJ stepped on the field. If you remember when they first benched Eli, one of the first people they interviewed was Saquon, and he was bigging up DJ, like he was a big cheerleader for him when they first benched Eli. So they kind of come as a pair, and as we've seen, neither one of them does well without the other. Jones has done a little better without Barkley, but neither one of them has a stellar game when the other one is not present. So that's something that needs to be factored in as well. But as far as money goes, the video you put out earlier, if DJ comes back and wins 7 out of the 9 games left, do they still get rid of him? That'd be a 9-win season. You know what I'm saying? With the amount of money that you have him contracted for, is it smart to get rid of him and start over with a rookie again, owing him guaranteed money? That's not a smart move. It ties your hands for the next draft. You know, it's not a very smart move. But at this point, I don't feel that they have any faith in DJ. And the way it looks, they just don't want to pay Saquon. So it could be a situation where they're both gone. You could be on to something.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that today. Let me give you my answer after I get to the chat. Bobby, thank you. Becoming a member for 10 months. Talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk. Bobby, I'm going to bring you on a little bit later in the show. Miz, he said guys will get to 7 and 10, maybe 8 and 9. We'll see. Dallas, what's going on? Says Pat and Lou and the Big Blue Crew between USC and the G-Man. It's been a rough season thus far for keeping the faith. I didn't know you was a USC fan, Dallas.
Semper
Ghost
Fi,
Dog,
Mr. Schwartz.
Yep. Ghost Dog, what's going on? El Capitan, what's going on? Tommy, he says 10 and 7, Lou, 8 and 1 the rest of the way. If they do that, you have no choice but to bring them back. I think we get in the playoffs with that. Miz says he's going to purchase one of those hoodies. Get him the link because he owes you, Lou. You damn right you own, Miz.
Man, I ain't trusting nothing you say, Miz.
Right, Miz. Yo, Miss Trina, what's going on? Beautiful Miss Trina. Hey, man.
I was expecting to hang out with you this past weekend, bro.
Me too. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say, Miss Trina. We was out there. Mo Stacks, he says we're going 8 and 9, which isn't that much different from last season. That's true. Michael R, thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Levance, what's going on, Levance and Wales? Appreciate you guys tuning in. But the reason why I say this, man, when the New York Giants played, they got Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley together for a reason. And they've been linked together since they've been here with the New York Giants, even though Saquon Barkley came a year earlier. When Daniel Jones came in there, him and Saquon Barkley built the bond. Pause. And I think both of their futures are based off each other, bro. If Daniel Jones doesn't ball out the rest of the season, I don't think Saquon Barkley comes back because Daniel Jones isn't back. Vice versa. If Saquon Barkley doesn't ball, Daniel Jones won't be back. And I truly believe that if you don't have both of them playing at a level that you want them to play together, I think you let both of them go. I believe that top defense requires the team. And it really doesn't make sense to make it one and not the other. Because this team doesn't do good when one doesn't play. As you see, when Daniel Jones went down and Saquon Barkley was playing, we only averaged 11 points per game. When Daniel Jones was playing without Saquon Barkley, we were getting destroyed. I mean, how do you feel about that, man? Tudo, what's going on, Tudo? Thank you for tuning in. He says, massive salutes and respect to the Big Blue Crew and fam and all the wannabes. Greetings from Italy, 2:34 a.m. here. Man, I heard you out there balling, Tudo. But how you feel about that, Lou?
Well, I'm trying to get in the house right now because it's a real bad echo. You ain't even hooked up to my car no more, and I'm still not getting clear sound. I'm walking up the stairs. So
Okay,
I only heard half of what you said.
well, well, go get situated, and we'll talk about this when you get back.
I'm walking into the house now.
All right, but
Yeah.
let me read the chat while you get situated.
All right.
Miz says, I do like May a lot, which meaning Drake May. He says, but let's see where the season goes. Win this week, one game at a time. That is true. Miz, what's going on, Miz?
What's going on, guys? Tell Lou an extra large. Where do I purchase it? I know I owe him. I know.
You're gonna have to click the link in his description on one of his videos. His link is in the description. And Wells, I don't know if you could put the link in the chat. Lou's merch shop, and people can click on that link and go purchase themselves some G Nation Inside Sports merch. Blitz Squad, let's go.
All right, I will. Yeah, what's going on? I will.
Not much. Mo Stack says they literally play great when each other plays good, so they bounce off each other. Pause. What do you think about that, Miz? Barkley.
I did a video earlier today, Pat. I know this sounds crazy, but if the Giants could get a win this Sunday, which we all know they can, the Raiders are a disaster. I really think the Giants could start rolling the other way. I mean, it's still another whole half. It's 9 games left. I know a lot of people have given up and they're already planning their drafts, but the league is funny, and the NFC, when you take away the top 3 or 4 teams, is not really that strong after that.
That's very true.
Why can't the Giants go 6-3 the rest of the way? Tell me why not. They should have won last week.
We really should be 4-4. We should have beat the Bills and the Jets.
Right.
I just believe.
Video. And if Jones was playing, I don't care how much people hate him. You gotta be honest. The Giants are 4-4 if Jones was playing.
That's true.
Well, anyway, we take it from this moment on. I really don't think the Giants are going to tank. They had a trade for Adoree. They pulled it off the shelf at 4:00 yesterday. That tells you something right there. They kept Barkley despite many teams calling them for him. So I think the Giants are going to play football. You're getting the O-line back, Andrew Thomas. You're getting Smith is back. You're going to have a healthy, fresh Barkley, Daniel Jones. Let's spend these 9 games seeing what the Giants could do. And like I said a few weeks ago, the second half of the year is to evaluate Daniel Jones. That's why I didn't really want to hear about this Taylor nonsense.
Yeah, I truly do believe that's nonsense. But, just to stick to the subject, though, Miz, let's say we do bottom out. Do you think they bring Daniel Jones and Barkley back? Let's say we go 5-12 or 4-13. You think they bring both those guys back, knowing that Barkley's going to want his money and Daniel Jones is already being paid? Like, I believe their futures are tied together, man.
I think, and I don't know how they're going to do that, but I think Jones has 1 more year left. And the fact that they didn't trade Barkley right now tells me, I heard a rumor that his agent said that he was going to sit with the Giants and try to come to some agreement at the end of the year, that he should have took that agreement last year at this time. So I think the Giants end up keeping Barkley, to be honest. If not, he would have been traded yesterday. But I also do think if they bottom out, I do think they are going to take a quarterback in one of those top picks. Because it makes sense, man.
That's definitely true, but I think they go Marvin Harrison Jr. But Lou, what was you saying? We couldn't hear you.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, I thought you were saying something.
Let me ask you a question, Pat. If the Giants are a top 5 or 4 pick, how are you passing up on this quarterback class? Because let's
What's
be
so?
honest, we
Let
all
me
like
ask you.
Jones.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. What's so great about this quarterback class?
This class of quarterbacks is supposed to be one of the better ones in the last 15 years.
But you tell me what's so great about this quarterback class that they can't pass up on one of them. Tell me the attributes of these quarterbacks.
Nothing.
I think it's more of like this. I think it's more of this. Jones is now not a kid anymore, right? How old is Jones?
25.
All right, so next year he'll be 26. Now, he's got 1 year left on his contract also. They did that contract specifically in case of, right, like to get out if they had to, if they chose to. But anyways, the thing is this, man. We're going into year 6 next year, right? I don't know what's going to happen in the next 9 weeks. I'm hoping for good stuff. I'm not hoping to be a loser. But at this point going into next year, right now, today, Pat, we still don't even know what Jones truly is, man.
Because we never put an offensive line in front of him.
Right. A lot of it is on the organization. That's true. And I'm not going to blame Schoen and Dable because they just got here a year ago. But at the end of the day, we're going into year 6, and we still don't have a damn clue what truly Jones is. We know what he could be if he has the roster amount. But we can't say this is who Jones is. We can't say that, honestly.
Well, brings me to the point. You never asked my question. What's so great about these quarterbacks that they can't pass? But let me catch up the chat, and I just want to answer. Shout out to Tudo, putting the G Nation shop in the chat and my shop in the chat. Man, you guys go cop some merch. Get a hat, get a hoodie, get a shirt, get a sticker, a tag, a bag. Man, we got everything that you need for the Big Blue Crew in our merch shops, man. Go copy some merch. Michael R. He says, I saw an interview with soon to be Evan Bergen flipping Neal. Sounded like he's expecting to start Sunday. Is that true? Yes, he is expected to start on Sunday. And we'll see, man. They got to give him a chance to prove himself. So he's going to be playing, man. Hopefully he does well. If not, hopefully they bench him. Yeah, he's back. Wells, he says, grab some G Nation gear right here. Click that link. Get you some Blitz Squad gear, G Nation Inside Sports gear, man. Support the channel, support the content, man. Not Zay. Not Zay.
Don't be a cheapskate. Grab you a good quality, authentic, thick hoodie for the winter that's coming up. You're going to be working outside. You're going to be standing outside trying to holler at the shorties. You do whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? It's nice and brisk and cold outside. You want a hoodie to protect your neck. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang. Feel me? Yeah.
Not Zay. He says Daniel Jones' back was against the wall last season. Yes, it is back against the wall this season. If he does not perform going down the stretch, I don't care what it is, he will probably be benched next season and hopefully traded, or they will cut him after the second year of that contract. And that should answer your question, Dallas. He says, Pat, is there escape clause in Jones' big contract he signed last winter? Yes, it is. After the second season, they can release him.
My brother Schwartz.
Miss Trina, she says, my bad. My feelings was hurt going to the first game. Yeah, everybody's feelings was hurt after that Jets game, man. Tommy, he says, when Jones and proper situational football play calling awareness take us on this 8-1 run and get us back into the playoffs, battle tested, everybody who jumped ship stay off the bandwagon. Very true. He says, man, move that boy to guard, please. Right, Ghost Dog. He's talking about Evan Neal. Dallas, he says the QB class isn't as deep as thought. Caleb Williams is showing cracks in the foundation. He might fall out of the top 10. He's too busy trying to be Mahomes 2.0. Fight on. Yeah, I see a lot of cracks in this game. Pause. But, yeah, I mean, Drake May, same thing. I never trusted North Carolina quarterbacks. Everybody's boosted him up. I like Michael Penix. He's a left-hander, a very good strong arm. We'll see what he does. I like J.J. McCarthy. I even like Bo Nix. But to take them over Marvin Harrison Jr., in my thought, no way, no how. But let's get to another subject at hand. Chat, y'all let me know. What do you guys think about Evan Neal starting against the Raiders? You know, they have Max Crosby. You know, they have another defensive end out there that's pretty good. I'd like to know, Lou, what you think, and I'd like to know what you think too, Miz. What do you think about Evan Neal getting a nod over Phillips again?
The fix is in. DJ's all of a sudden cleared to play. Now you want to put the dude in there who can't block back in there. So that DJ can get killed. He can fit the narrative that, oh, he's not good enough. We need to draft a quarterback. The fix is in. Joe Shane and Dable, they don't like DJ. At this point, I'm convinced they want to move on from him. And what this looks like is sabotage. Your line looked better without Neal. Now your starting quarterback is back. And instead of you sticking with the line arrangement that worked better for you, you want to go back to Evan Neal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Lou, man. I think the starting lineup is going to be Andrew Thomas, Bredesen, Schmitz, Pugh at right guard, and Evan Neal at right tackle. Joe, what's going on, Joe? He says Kelvin says put him out there. It's prove it time at the expense of your quarterback, or maybe what Lou's saying is right. Who gives a damn? It's only Daniel Jones. We want to get rid of him anyway. So who knows, man? I do know that Phillips is a better player overall at the right tackle position. So we'll see how long they keep Evan Neal in there when he's allowing sacks and allowing pressures and not getting good blocks. Let's see how long they keep him in there. Miz, what do you think? I know you're an Evan Neal fan. Surprised ain't nobody came up with a word for you about Evan Neal apologists, or whatever they like to call people who root for their team.
He got to play. I think he got to play. I disagree with that. First of all, the Giants finally going to have their O-line back together. Maybe the first time all year since week 1. And you got Daniel Jones back. You got Barkley now. So, look. You drafted Neal, man. You got to let Neal play. You got to develop, bro. You can't just throw a guy out after 1 year. If it doesn't work the rest of the year, you move him to guard. But you know what? Right now, for this week, you put Neal back in there with the rest of the O-line. You got Andrew Thomas. That's the biggest piece of all. The center is back. And let's see what they do. And honestly, I'll make a prediction. I think the Giants will have one of their best offensive games of the year this week.
So let me ask you this, Miz, because you've been, vouching for Evan Neal. Shout out to the third founding father of the Big Blue Crew, classified 3F with Joe. He's actually able to move his arm up like this now. That is dope. He was punching and everything. I'm like, okay. So
15 rounds, big.
You're right. He's going 15 rounds for the whole crew, man. Y'all give him your blessings, pray for him. And he's fighting, man. He's going to be back to 100% here very soon. I truly believe that. But let me ask you this question, Miz, and then I'm going to get back to the chat. What is it about Evan Neal?
Hold on. Read Michael R's comment at 9:48. He said, Miz is in cahoots with Dable to murder DJ.
He says you in cahoots with Brian Dable to murder DJ. Talking about Evan Neal needs to play.
I don't believe that stuff, bro. I don't believe that.
But what? Hold on. Let me read the chat. And I'm gonna ask you a serious question, man. Tudo, he says Big Boss Pat Neal's technique is completely wrong, or he basically can't get the playbook and follow the instructions. Yeah, that's true. Little Bulldozer, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. He says, I don't know if they ever thought he couldn't block. He was just injured. I guess you're talking about Neal. I guess he's saying play him the rest of the year. Yeah, Will says, right, Miz, prove it time for Neal. I think it is prove it time. Tommy, he says, hopefully play calling gets it turned around. Too much talent not to coach them into wins every Sunday. Get back to the basics, technique, scheme, play calling scenes as if effort picked up after Dolphins game. It has. Tudo, he says, Big Boss Pat. And also that dumb MF for Tyree Phillips. He can't even block a fart. He got Tyree killed on last Sunday, boss. No, he did not get Tyrod Taylor killed. Tudo. Tyrod Taylor got killed because he's fragile. He ran out there, he scrambled, and he fell on his shoulder, and he broke his shoulder. He's fragile, bro. Tyree Phillips has done a heck of a job since being in there. He's not perfect, but he damn.
He broke his shoulder.
Nah, I'm just over exaggerating. He hurt his shoulder.
God.
But Isaiah Wyatt, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Rizzo, thank you for tuning in. He says, "What's up?" This King Blue, what's going on, King Blue?
What's up, bro?
You welcome, Joe. You know you got that, bro.
You already know.
What's up, Joe? Feel better.
Tommy, he says Jones needs to shorten up his stance. Stop taking such big steps in dropbacks. Bounce on his feet like a boxer. Be able to change throwing platform. Neal footwork is terrible. Plays over the toes. No leverage balance. Let me tell you this, man. When Daniel Jones was getting sacked, bro, that man was getting immediate pressure in his face. And Evan Neal was giving up pressure from the outside. What do you expect that man to do?
Giving it up.
You think our record would be like this right now if that offensive line blocked like the last 2 weeks?
Evan Neal was giving it up like Hunts Point. Stop.
Right. He said, man, if DJ lights it up this Sunday, can't wait to hear the excuses. Isaiah Wyatt said he broke his ribs. I thought it might be his rib. My bad. It was his rib. I don't think he broke his ribs. I think he has a rib contusion, which is painful enough in itself. But Bobby Powers, he said, what's up, fellas? What's the deal with Gano playing with an injury that requires surgery? It shows the dysfunction in our organization. I don't know if that rumor is true because nothing has came out said that Gano needs surgery. I don't know if he's whole.
People believe
asked Dable at the podium and he said no.
Oh, bullshit, bro. No injury, bro. He got an injury, but he can kick the ball 90 yards on the kickoff, right?
Right. I don't understand it. Okay, he says Rizzo is my last name, so I just go by that because of my friends. King Blue is my Giants name. Okay, King Blue, we got you. C-Web, what's going on, C-Web? He says, what's going on, Big Pat? Hope all is well. How do you think this offense will run without Waller in the lineup? I think we're going to throw the ball deep against the Raiders, man. We got to. But let me get to my co-host. Miz, what is it about Evan Neal that you like so much that you say that he will be a gold jacket here in the future? You said that. And why do you think that he needs to play, even though his play is so poor that it's really getting quarterbacks hurt? Talk to me.
I think Evan Neal is still going to be special. If he ain't a yellow coat, he's still going to be a really good old lineman for a long time. People don't allow in today's era, in today's world. I want instant gratification. Everybody forgot development process. And by the way, with the O-line, when one link is broken, the entire O-line comes apart, and that's what we saw this year. So. No, everybody wants to dog Evan Neal, and let's blame Evan Neal. Just like the haters, when Jones is getting sacked 11 times, it's Jones's fault because he holds the ball too long. All this nonsense bullshit. The Giants O-line still yet to play real O-line football. Now, I'm not saying the organization hasn't addressed it. They've tried, and we got to keep on trying. But I don't think the O-line's that far off. We just need the O-line, the starting five, to play together for more than 1 or 2 or 3 games. It takes time. I believe Evan Neal is special. I swear I can't tell you pinpoint what it is, I just feel I have an eye for some football stuff. I've been right on plays in the past, so whether people want to listen to me or not, it's up to them. But everybody's always quick to throw somebody under the bus. The kid's got to develop. And by the way, he's not even playing the side he played in college. Am I right?
Right.
No, he played left tackle in college.
So why don't give a guy a chance to grow? Okay, the O line has not been a set five for a long time, for like a season or even a half a season. It's always this guy's out, that guy's out. Let's plug this guy in. You know, let me see this Sunday. Let's see. Give the team their last 9 weeks. I think Hugh was a good addition. And if it doesn't work at tackle, he will move into guard and be a pretty good guard. But Evan Neal was not a top level offensive lineman going into his draft coming out of Alabama for nothing. I get it. He struggled with the legs. But it's the whole O-line. It's been the entire offense. And it all starts up front. And losing Andrew Thomas destroyed this offense. But I truly believe, and if I'm wrong, people could dog the shit out of me. Which, not to be cocky, doesn't happen often. I'm going to stick by my word. I'm sticking by Evan Neal.
All right. Well, the man explain how he felt, man. Y'all crazy. I said, why sis, man, fuck that. Evan Neal got to go.
Listen, and the reason that people feel like that is because when you have a start like 2-6, listen, we all know what New York is. New York is a hot-headed, no-patience ass place. We all know that. Okay, our fan base has zero tolerance, zero patience. We wanted Eli out the building. We wanted Coughlin out the building. We wanted Phil Simms out the building. That's just the Giants fan base, bro. We don't get a win, we ready off with his head. You know what I'm saying? Now, while I agree, sometimes we might be a little too swift to come to that conclusion. When you have a 2-6 start and it's your second year, bro, and almost every sack that got to our quarterback was from your side, it's a problem, bro. And I understand, the development process and giving players time to grow. I know that back in the day, it used to be 3-4 years of developing a player. I understand that. The game has evolved. They're doing all this analytic stuff now and all this, new age caca is what I call it. But that's the way the game has gone. So, just like the wave of computers and the internet, you either get in where you fit in or you get left behind. So at this point, he's either got to produce or get the fuck off the field. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a season and a half in, and you're still making the same mistakes. Now, granted, I'm not expecting you to come out here and be the greatest right tackle on the league, but I'm gonna need to see a huge difference if you're gonna be starting. Because if they're gonna throw you in the starter position and you're gonna come out and do the same you did for the first 8 weeks of this season, well, first 3 weeks before he got hurt, if you're gonna come out here and produce like that, then I'd rather have the backup in there, man.
Yeah, it's
real quick. Well, here's the thing, man. People want to throw guys away right away, a year and a half, and then 3-4 years down the road.
I didn't say throw them away.
Not you, Lou. Not you, Lou. The same fans, they want to bitch that these guys are playing good on other teams. So, by the way, another thing to think about while we're developing this kid who's been struggling, the O-line across the NFL is probably playing its worst in history. The whole NFL. Because these linemen are not being developed in college anymore. So you got to have a little more patience than a year and a half. You got to.
I understand exactly where you're coming from, Miz. I mean, people were just calling Kayvon Thibodeau a bust. We got a freaking WFAN that loses. Oh my goodness. Carl Banks resigns from WFAN because they wouldn't let him speak about Kayvon Thibodeau because he's a bust. He sucks. And he has 8.5 sacks in 8 games. But he's a bust.
He's a bust.
So I do agree with you, Miz. People are quick to judge. these players. They're not allowing these players to develop. But I just paid my quarterback $140 million or $160 million. And if he comes in and he's getting my quarterback destroyed again, like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be like, well, he has to develop? Daniel Jones keep going in there getting crushed. I don't know, man. This is a bad situation. Hopefully he gets it together and he starts to, put things together, and we'll see. But I think you're right, man. You got to let him play because you got to see what you got. Unfortunately, you got to see what you got. Yes, he did get hit from the left side. Yes, that is true. I think this whole offensive line got Daniel Jones hurt. But New Yorker, what's good? Thank you for tuning in. Snarf, what's good? Thank you for tuning in.
By the way, Pat, am I the only maniac out here that thinks that Daniel Jones was not as hurt as they were saying in order to keep Taylor going because Dabble maybe thought that Taylor gave them a better chance to start winning some games? Because I really believe that's true. I believe Jones could have played last week and even the week before. I really believe this.
Well, reports came out that Daniel Jones was cleared before the Jets game. Yeah, he was cleared, and they could have let him play. But I guess they wanted to see what Tyrod Taylor was about. I mean, it could be true. It could be true. And they found out what Tyrod Taylor was. But Man Cave, what's going on?
That's a big mistake. We might get to the last week of the season and look back at that Jets game. It could have been the difference. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely could. I definitely know that we would have won that game with Daniel Jones in there, no doubt. But I mean, it seems the chat, for the most part, Miz disagrees on the Evan Neal situation. I don't know, man. I don't know.
People disagreed with me a lot, and I'm the one who laughed at the end, not to be an asshole. But we'll see.
I do agree though. If let's say he struggles the next 2 to 3 games,
you're an a-hole. I'm gonna say the reason that you're an a-hole is because you were supposed to be out there with us and you didn't show the hell up. That's why you're an a-hole.
Right.
I'll make it up. You'll see. I will make it up. Give me one of those.
Dash, what's going on, Dash?
What's up, Dash?
Listen, I'll put the link in the chat for you if you want to come on, Dash.
Come in here and say what's up is like me and Pat are invisible. I'm done with you, Dash.
Who and Pat and me.
Fly out to Cali and powerbomb your ass.
Right.
Dash is one of us, bro. I'm telling you, I don't give a shit if there's social media and the world gets to see everything in a minute today. Football has not changed, brothers. You got to wait a couple of years for a young team to develop. You can't just keep tossing guys in and out every other year, or else we're never going to leave the top 7 in the draft. And that's the truth.
Well, let's talk about this then. Wells, he says, the burger flipper comment definitely didn't sit well with the tri-state area. It didn't. He says, Chilla, it's been a while since I've seen Miz. But let's talk about the development of these players. Is this team developing players the way they're supposed to be? Because I see Kayvon Thibodeau making strides. I see McFadden making strides. I've seen Dexter Lawrence turn a new leaf. You know, I've seen people making strides. Now I think they're doing Jalen Hyatt a disservice by not letting them play. But let's talk about the development of these players. Have we failed most of our players as far as development? Go ahead, Lou.
Yep, we sure have. We sure have. And I'm going to say, starting with the offensive line coach, Bobby Johnson has yet to show me that he can coach a lineman to block a stunt or a twist. So if your line coach can't teach these guys basic fundamentals and sound technique, your line is not going to progress. Your line is not going to succeed because it starts from the coaching. And if your coach is inadequate and, quite frankly, not competent enough to produce an NFL O-line, he should not have a job. I don't care who he knows. I don't care how he's related, how he got grandfathered in, or who he kissed ass to get the job. If you can't produce, you must vamoose.
Yo, we got 50 people in the chat, only 24 likes. Hit that like button, fellas.
Ninja
Stop being
watch.
ninja watchers. Hit that like button.
Now, my thing to that, Pat, is this. How many games this year have the Giants had their starting O-line on the field?
One.
No,
And even in that,
what you're missing the fact of what I
No,
just
I
said.
agree with you. I agree with you. That coach, we need a new O-line coach. I do agree.
These guys for 2 seasons now, and they still can't pick up a stun or a twist. That's on the coach.
Right.
but to go to Miz's point,
there's something wrong with that coach. I agree with that, but also we can't get any continuity or growth together because
they don't play together.
Never playing.
And that was what Evan Neal said. He said this is the first time he's had the full crew back playing together. So, we'll see what this offensive line looks with the addition of Pugh at one of the guard positions and Andrew Thomas and JMS back. I do believe we should beat the Raiders. Alex, what's going on? Big Blue in the Bronx. He says, what up, y'all? Love hanging with y'all this weekend. Glad to be in the facility and ask the questions, repping for our fan base, plus the Big Blue crew. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen, check Alex out on Twitter, man. He got to ask Brian Dable a couple of questions, man. Part of the Big Blue crew. We are in the building. We told you. We just keep getting stronger. Man, Man Cave is in the building.
I enjoyed hanging out with you and Luca as well, man.
Right.
Sean, too, somewhat. No, I'm just messing with Sean.
I had to beat Sean and Uno one time. God,
man, we're not going to talk about that fiasco.
Right. Man, Alex, man, that was bad, bro. Hey, Man Cave, he says if they move Neal to guard, put him at right guard so he stays on that side so you won't have to change his footwork being on the left side at left guard. I actually might think he might be better at left guard because he was used to the left in the first place. We'll see, man. I mean, both of you guys, everybody's making good points, man. And it's sad that both sides are actually right in their opinion. I think Evan Neal does need to be benched, but I'm a former football player. I like coaching football. And Miz is right. Football ain't changed. Football has not changed.
I'm about to be little Snitchy McRat from the Boondocks. Pat caught the draw 4 and was highly upset about it.
Man, what?
Yo, Pat, I'm gonna switch over to the computer and get out of the rain, and I'll get back on the computer. All right?
I was just about to say, Miz left New York to end up in a city that's still blacked out. This is some bullshit.
Right.
I'll be right back. Definitely.
All right, Miz. I mean, Miz is right in that aspect, though, Lou. Football hasn't changed. You still have to develop these players.
I said that a few months ago in regards to everybody wants to go to a passing league and quick, fast-paced offense, quick release and passing and, and try to do away with the run. But football has not changed. I said that a few months ago in regards to that. Like, you can try all the analytics and all the, crazy plays to try to get flair and flashy, but fundamentals is still what wins games. Defense wins championships. You know what I'm saying? And you got to win your battles in the trenches. If you cannot win the game of inches, you cannot win the game.
Right. Plain and simple, bro. If we're scared to go for it on 4th and 1 with Saquon Barkley in the backfield, there's something wrong, bro.
That's what did it for me. You got one of the best running backs in the league. You're on the 1-yard line for the game, 2 seconds left, and you keep the ball in the hands of your backup quarterback. That right there spoke volumes to me. I said they done with Saquon. If you trust your backup quarterback over your number 1 running back, that tells me you have no plans of him being with the future of this team.
That's true. Let me get to this chat real quick. And we're going to speak about that right after this. He says, woo, Lou, the guru spoke facts. The fans can see that number 73 does not have the range to be a right tackle, but has it to be a guard. The O-line coach needs to go. DJ is our franchise QB. Woo! And that message was brought to you by the Big Pat Sports Shop. Go get your merch at the Big Pat Sports Shop, man. And we'll be right back after these messages. What's going on, Big Pat Sports Talk fans? And welcome to Big Pat Sports Shop, man. We got merch. We got merch now, man. 15% off everything, man. We have everything that you need as a Big Pat Sports Talk fan. Man, we got shirts, we got bags, we got hoodies, we got mugs, even aprons. So go ahead, click on that, what you're looking for, get that hoodie, get whatever color you want to get, whether it's red, whether it's blue, whether it's navy, whether it's green, whether it's black. Add it to the cart, and we got you. And that's it, man. Go purchase Big Pat Sports Talk merch and support the family, man. And welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. Thank you for your support. You're damn right we got commercials, Emi Perry and Ghost Dog. Damn right. I told you, we get stronger. What's going on, Bobby? Hey. Speaking on that.
Hi, guys. How you doing? I didn't know I was on.
You got a huge echo. You got a huge echo.
Oh, hold on a minute.
What happened to your eye?
I don't know. I punched in the face.
You got punched in the face.
Am I better now?
Yeah.
Okay, I did.
You said you got punched in the face. Who punched you in the face?
Somebody up here.
Huh?
Somebody in Vermont. So no, I wanted to mention how stupid the Giants are. When we have 4th down and 1, we should have used Barkley. That's what we got him for. No, let's go for a field goal, and he's injured, and it's pouring rain now. Oh, I was so miserable that game. My brother was bananas. He was so happy they won. But
yeah, we was out there miserable too in the rain, tailgate.
Right.
I'm sorry we couldn't make it because I am not paying $246.
See these Giants. I ain't mad at you.
No, I know. I looked it up. Well, they were playing the Jets. That's probably why. And it was $246. That was the best seat in the house. No. I might go to the Patriot game.
Okay. Well, hold on, Bobby. Let me get to this chat real quick.
Oh, sorry.
Alex says Dable, when I questioned him about DeVito, the game plan was running the ball. Meanwhile, he couldn't trust Saquon for a yard twice.
Right.
That speaks volumes. Lou, I'm going to let you elaborate on that. Go ahead.
This is what I've been talking about. When they did that in the Bills game with 2 seconds remaining, that let me know they were done with Barkley. In fact, when they didn't renegotiate with him, they were done with Barkley. The only reason they did the 11 million franchise tag deal was because he called Mara. Same thing that happened with Daniel Jones when they were taking too long to ink his deal. He called Mara. Okay? Both of these guys are here because of John Mara.
Yeah.
Joe Shane and Brian Dable have proven through their actions. Forget what they say at the podium. Forget what they say at the press conference. Actions speaks louder than words. That is a saying for a reason. It's one of the oldest adages you can think of in the English language because people are going to judge you off of what you do, not what you say. And that's why it's a true statement. You can tell me that you like Daniel Jones, but you've shown me otherwise. You can tell me that you like Saquon Barkley, but you've shown me otherwise. How? You didn't pick up DJ's 5th-year option. You didn't come up with a deal until he went to Papa Mara crying and complaining, and then Mara forced you guys to come up with a deal. You didn't sign a deal with Barkley. Y'all kept coming to the table and y'all kept missing on the deal, right? Finally, at the deadline, he calls Papa Mara. Papa Mara forces you guys to work out a 1-year deal. The fact that you only threw in 750,000 to turn it from 10 point something to 11 million. The fact that you only threw in that little bit just to get him to sign that 1-year tenure lets me know that you were not willing to budge and you were okay with losing Barkley. And then when you further put the ball in the hands of your backup quarterback when you need 1 yard and you have Saquon Barkley, you let me know that you no longer have any further future plans for Saquon Barkley.
You still have to win the game.
And you still go with the third option. You have let me know that you have no future plans with Daniel Jones. Joe Shane and Brian Dable have proven to me that they are liars.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And until they show me otherwise, what they say means nothing. There's a saying that says, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see.
It's true.
And so far, everything I've heard from them is a lie. And half of what I've seen was bullshit. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to let you answer Lil Bulldozer. Lil Bulldozer says Carl Banks literally said John Mara does not get involved with stuff like that. He lets the coaches decide. He also says, let's see. He says, I think you're looking way too deep, Lou.
Well, I think Lou's right.
You can think I'm looking way too deep, but if you go back and watch what they say and then watch their actions, you'll see that they don't line up. See, I was raised by a different generation of people. The people that instilled my morals, my integrity, and my moral compass were born in the early 1900s. My grandma was born in 1915. My grandpa was born in 1913. Those are the people who I learned the most valuable life lessons from. You know what I'm saying? And one thing they told me as a kid, knowing that one day I would grow up to be a man, was a man does what he says and says what he does. When you sit here and tell me that you're going to work out a deal with Barkley and then you don't work out a deal, you're a liar. When you sit here and tell me that you like Daniel Jones, but you choose to keep him out and roll with the third option, you're a liar. So I'm not looking too deep into it. I'm just looking at your actions versus your words, and they don't measure up. So when your actions contradict your words, I know not to listen to nothing that comes out your mouth.
Yeah, they have been a little bit sketchy this season with a lot of the things they've been saying, a lot of things they have been doing. I'm not going to turn the book on and be like, oh, I don't like them or anything, but I am keeping a close watch on what they do because of things like this. Alex, we know that Alex is in the building. He says also they messed up the whole DJ thing. How was he not good Friday but cleared Sunday? How was he questionable versus Washington and out versus the Jets? They've done a lot of sketchy things with the injury reports. I'm be honest with you. Their injury reports, Bill Belichick hasn't even gone to this extent with his injury reports and things like that. Hey, JC, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, this Mara narrative got to stop. Listen to Carl Banks last night on the Entertainer Show with Bad Dog. Also said Eli was replaced by Geno. This did Mara save? I don't know. Point Mara has nothing to do. He says Mara has nothing to do with it to a certain extent. But JC, I'm not saying that he's going around saying, oh, I'm overruling everything you say. But I do think he has some influence. I do think that what he said about DJ, when he said that we've done everything to mess this kid up, that was really translation, give DJ another shot. I believe they had to give DJ another shot when they first got here. I do believe that. I'm not going to sit here and be naive and act like John Mara has nothing to say in the building. He's the damn owner. Point blank, period. He's the damn owner. The other owner half is somewhere in Hollywood doing whatever he does. But he does have a little bit of say. But I'm not going as far as other people saying that he's just overruling everything with an iron fist, that he's saying it's going to be my way or the highway. No, I don't think. Nah. He says the mayor saved Eli from ruining his streak. No, he didn't. That's how I know that he's not.
He fired the coach that did it immediately.
Yeah, he did. He did fire the coach after that, but he did not overthrow that coach in the middle of the season. So both of you guys are right. I don't think Mayor is this evil genius that's just saying, oh, I'm doing what I want to do regardless. But I do think that he has some input on decisions in the building. He has to. He's the owner. I'm not going to be naive. I do think Barkley, the whole Barkley ordeal really came down to him too, to be honest with you. I think both those guys are still here for the most part because Mara wanted to see what these guys could do when you put some talent around them. And we did get to the playoffs last year. I believe that Brian Daboll or Joe Shane misinterpret this offensive line. They did not think it was going to be this bad. They thought the youth movement, hey, we did pretty good last year with some of these guys. Let's see what they could do this year after a year of development. And I believe OG Bobby Johnson and his offensive line failed them this year. And some things is blown up in their face.
Hey, JC, NYC, listen, I don't work at MetLife Stadium. I don't work at Quest Diagnostics. I report what I hear and what I see. Do I know for a fact that Mara stepped in and caused them to be signed? No. Is that what I've heard from majority of contacts and people that I know over there? Yes. Can I verify it? No. But when you look at it, it's highly probable that that's what happened. Now, am I going to sit here and say I guarantee that's what happened? No, because that'd be stupid to do so because I don't know and I can't prove it.
Yeah, I mean, it's on both sides. But I'm just using a little bit of logic to it, JC. Not saying that you're wrong and not saying that Lou is wrong. I think you guys are both right in certain aspects.
Be right in some aspect. I mean, you know, we're just speculating, bro.
But if I'm an owner, I know for a fact that I'm gonna have some type of say in my organization.
I own the damn team.
If I own the team. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that whole ordeal. I'm off that whole ordeal. I believe the thing that derailed this team this year was OG Bobby Johnson and that offensive line not producing. I truly believe that they can't do this shit next year. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. I don't care who's the quarterback. I don't care who's the running back. If they don't fix this offensive line, I think they deserve to get a real good side eye next year if they bring up the same offensive line next year and it happens again.
I will, JC. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm saying, yeah.
Listen to it. Yes, I will.
Let's say this, Lou. Let me ask you a question, and then I'm going to take a smoke break. If these two men, Joe Shane and Brian Daboll, bring out the same type of offensive line next year, and it happens again, is that a fireable offense?
If they what?
Let's say we have a bad year next year. Let's say they get rid of DJ, but they keep Barkley and they get a new quarterback. But they roll out the same offensive line like they did last year. Oh, we got some good youth people, and they're going to develop. We're going to put this rookie quarterback behind them, bench DJ or trade DJ, however they do it. And it happens again, the way that it happened this year. A debacle happens. And we start off the year 2-5 again, or 2-6, however you want to say it. Is that a fireable offense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
If you do not address this whole line and you come out here expecting different results, yes, that is a fireable offense, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So if you keep trotting the same 5 losers out here to give you the same freaking losing record year after year, and you get all these star pieces around, but you don't change them 5, and you expect them to be phenomenal all of a sudden, then you're the freaking problem.
I hate to say it, but I think so, man. At least show that you tried to fix the offensive line. Get some veterans in here, man. You can't keep drafting these rookies and rookies and rookies and rookies and not hit. We're not hitting. We've hit on Andrew Thomas. We've hit pause. But we've hit on Andrew Thomas. I think John Michael Schmitz is a hit. So far, before he got that injury, he was doing pretty well. But Evan Neal, the question is still out there. It's bad, bro.
Nick Gates was a hit at guard, but we had to slide him over the center because we had a crappy center that got hurt. And then he got hurt. Had he not got hurt, he would have been a solid guard. JMS would be a solid center. Andrew Thomas would be a bookend left tackle. And we'd only be looking at another guard and another tackle to solidify this line. And God willing, Miz is right, and Evan Neal turns out to be this gold jacket right tackle all of a sudden. I pray and hope that he does. But as it stands right now, man, if you trot this same old line out here next year with a new quarterback and expect a different result, you need Risperdal, Thorazine, something. You need some type of medication.
Sorry.
All right, Tudo, he says, Big Boss Pat, the O-lines players ain't the problem, boss. We got Thomas Schmitz and Neal, who was the best left guard in the draft, but the stupid O-line coach can't get his shit together, boss. I mean, yeah. But I did see people pick up stunts when Evan Neal was out the game. That brings up the whole question. Hey, Bobby, you got a serious echo, bro.
He's playing the stream in the background. That's what it is.
But wait a minute.
You got to mute the stream.
So let me ask this guy a question in the chat here. You know me, I never ask anyone a question in the chat.
Who is it?
I'm trying to scroll up and find him. Maybe you could find it. Someone mentioned that a Zudu could be developed. So let me get this straight. A Zudu could be developed, but Evan Neal can't be. I don't know. Teach me something. Maybe I don't know.
I do not think that Feliciano would have been our best guard. Feliciano was trash. I think that Mike Remmers and Zeitler were better guards.
I think Feliciano was trash because of this O-line scheme. Hey, Bobby, you got to fix that echo, bro. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if your mic is too high or something.
Okay, let me try again.
I'm gonna mute you till you fix it. I tell you to leave, Bobby. All right. Well,
I agree with Greg. I don't even think Azudu's going to be on the team in about 2 years. So
Zudu might not be on the team next year.
there you go.
Hey, but Alex, he says at Big Pat, Glowinski had a high PFF grade versus the Jets and Washington, and Neal was out. Time to think. That's what Miz, answer that question right there to Alex while I take a smoke break. Because that's what it brought
Read it again,
me up.
Pat, read it again.
It says, at welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk, which is me. He says Glowinski had a PFF grade had a high PFF grade versus the Jets in Washington, and Neal was out. Time to think. Let Miz have the floor. Snarf, when I get back, I'll let you say your piece, but don't speak while Miz is speaking. All right? So,
Neal.
Miz, answer that question.
You could speak, Snuff. What I'm saying is this. Maybe you didn't hear me earlier, Alex. My thing with Evan Neal is this, man, and this is what I personally believe. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it ain't gonna be decided right now, and it ain't gonna be decided in 2 weeks from now. Let Evan Neal develop. A year and a half is not enough time. Yes, he's struggled, but he's never had the 5 links, the 5 starting linemen together. We have not had that this year. So people got to slow the roll, chill. We may have to draft another lineman to add to this front, but I'm not giving up on Evan Neal. He comes from Alabama. He was the top offensive lineman prospect coming into his draft, and it wasn't by luck. So I think that he also is playing on the opposite side that he's been playing his whole life. So I'm not making excuses, but these are reasons. The biggest reason, the starting 5 is not played together for a period of time where they could develop chemistry and continuity. Let's see these next 9 weeks. You're finally going to have most of this starting line together with Barkley and Daniel Jones. We haven't had that this year. The schedule gets easier. We're playing teams that are a lot more on our level. Patriots, Rams, Saints, Raiders, Washington team that has given up. Let's see what the Giants do. I got a feeling that the Giants are going to give you a big second half of the year of football, guys. I really do. You got another hoodie, Lou?
Wardrobe change, you know what I'm saying? Big Blue Crew Sports Network logo.
Hey, check out Lou's hoodies for the winter. I'm buying one. You guys should look them up. This black one looks nice. And support G Nation. I messed up this week. I wasn't able to make it. I let Lou down, but I'm gonna make it up. And I am going to be at that draft. I know you don't believe me, but you'll see me when I'm there. I'm coming to Detroit to 8 Mile, baby.
The tickets we got for the price for the hotel.
Lou.
The price that we have for the hotel is sweet.
Okay. Here's what I think is basically screwed over the Giants this year. 1, it boils down to coaching incompetence. 2, bad play calling. And 3, in my opinion, injury embezzlement. Sweeping certain injuries under the rug.
Hey, wait a minute. He said don't speak until Miz is finished.
He was finished.
Go ahead. He can speak. Go ahead.
As I was saying, 3, injury list manipulation. Sweeping certain injuries under the rug instead of confronting them as soon as they pop up.
Hello to you too, Snarf. Hello to you too, sir. How you doing?
Hello. Anyway, case in point.
Speak about this, Snorf, because I believe truly, really strongly that Daniel Jones was not as hurt as they led us on to believe.
That's what I was getting at. Injury embezzlement. Either manipulating injuries to where they looked worse than they are, or sweeping certain injuries under the rug instead of confronting them head on. It's the same thing that pissed me off, if I can use baseball for an analogy, with the New York Mets, how they under-embellished certain injuries and swept them under the rug, first forcing certain players to play hurt. I mean, case in point for the Giants, Graham Gano. Get the guy, put the guy under the knife already. That knee has been screwing him over in the last 2 games where he's missed 3 of his last 4 field goals.
But how do we know that that's true, Snarf? They asked Dabo at the podium if Gano was hurt, and he flat out said no.
Well, the way he's been shaking his kick so badly, and they say he's got a sore knee, that thing's chip damage on that is gonna add up to the point where you're gonna have to put him under the knife.
Who are we talking about?
Gano.
Graham Gano.
Well, I ain't worried about fucking Gano, okay? If we have to worry about the kicker to every single game, then we got bigger issues than that, man. I mean, he could kick 80 yards down the field, but he can't kick the field goal. You want to know what the problem with the Giants field goal kicking team is, Snarf? You want to know the real problem? Go back and watch every single game, every time we line up to kick a field goal, and Carl Banks spoke about this today. The Giants have a hole in the middle of their line where guys come jumping over the top and they're getting their arms on balls. That's the problem. We can't block for this guy to have a clear view for a kick. That's the problem.
O-line, as it has been for the last 14 seasons now.
Okay, I'll concede that point, but still, if that knee starts bugging Gano any further, get him under the knife.
Will said Snarf wants to stab the kicker.
I don't want to stab him. I just want him to get surgery to recover and to heal that leg.
Right, but when you say under the knife multiple times, it gives the
I
impression
mean a
that you want to
surgeon's
stab him.
knife, a scalpel, not a kitchen knife or a machete.
And I want to answer Ghost in the chat for a minute. He said you don't know what to believe with this team anymore. Hey, did you ever think as a fan base that a lot of this is on the fans? That maybe we built this imaginary expectation that wasn't realistic for this year because we made the playoffs and won a wild card game last year? Think about that.
And then, of course, the coaching comparison. Has Brian Dable regressed to 2021 era Joe Judge? Nothing more than a coward? Perhaps. And I blasted Judge near the end of the 21-year season where I constantly call him out as a coward, which he was. Know what I mean, Miz?
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Go ahead. You got the mic.
It was so frustrating with Judge. I mean, I thought Dable was better, but it looks like he got a vasectomy at some point.
No. Don't compare the two. Dable's much better. Just whatever. The Giants.
Well, I mean, it just feels like that this year Dable gave himself a vasectomy at some point.
Nah, this is what happened. I was telling people in my video, I said this. I told people over the week. This is really what happened. Bottom line, right? The Giants came into last year. Dabo came into a team that had no expectation, including from the fans, the media, and the owner. Zero expectations. So he called plays very loosey. He gambled because if it didn't work, he wasn't getting in trouble for it because there was no expectation and everything started to roll the right way. This year, he came in with expectations. They brought in some more players, and he started calling these games very tight. He doesn't gamble. He doesn't go for it on 4th and 1, and he's calling these games very tight, and he's come under a lot of pressure from the media. You see it in his press conferences. His face is red, and he's very fucking annoyed.
That's what I was getting at with the Judge comparison. He's basically playing it too cautious.
Yeah, a lot of pressure is built on him, so he's not gambling this year. But I have a feeling that's going to start changing now that the league basically, everyone laid the Giants to rest. Now he's going to start calling a loosey-goosey. Plus, you got your O-line back, Daniel Jones, Barkley's healthy. I think you're going to start to see a better team.
As a trade-off, though, you shipped Leo out to Seattle for draft capital.
That was a good move.
Like I said, it's not the worst trade deal we could get, but I'd take it if it gets rid of the albatross contract that Leo has.
Listen, at the end of the day, bro, we got more trading Leo away than we did trading to get him.
I know, but I'm just saying,
4 years ago.
The worst trade. It wasn't the worst trade deal, but I'll take it if it gets the albatross contract.
Yo.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The fact that this man played for us 3 or 4 years, we was able to get more for him now and not take the cap hit that we was going to take had he stood on the team. Okay? We got a 2nd round pick for Leo. We only had 6 draft picks coming into the next draft. Now we have 7 with that trade. And an additional 5th round pick in the following draft for a guy who hasn't really been producing for us in the last 2 seasons. So in my opinion, that was a hell of a trade. Because the trade that we got for the 2 picks that we got when we traded back were hits.
Didn't know that.
So am I better, guys?
Hey, well,
you're better
now, Bobby. If them 2 picks work out, if they hit on them 2 picks that we got for Evan Neal, that's a win. Especially the 2nd round pick. That's a high pick.
True.
So if we bomb this year, God forbid, right? And we're picking high, that means we're gonna have at least 4 picks in the top 100. Maybe 5.
at the 4 slot in the draft.
Yeah, 5 picks in the top 100 is not a bad draft for me unless we miss on them 5 picks. You get 5 players out of the top 100 in the draft, that should make this team exponentially better if we hit on the picks. So far, we've been good on our draft picks with the exception of the linemen. We can't draft linemen to save our lives under 2 GMs now. 3. Because Jerry Reese didn't do us no damn favors neither.
Yeah, he kept getting us receivers and backs when we needed linemen.
That is very true, Snarf. We haven't been able to draft linemen since we drafted Pugh back in the day, and he was pretty good for us until he got hurt, and then he eventually went to the Arizona Cardinals. But we haven't been able to pick linemen since then. I think we got a hit with JMS. Quite sure we got a hit with JMS, but
we got a hit with Andrew Thomas, didn't we?
Yeah, hit with Andrew Thomas. Thank you for we got a hit with Andrew Thomas as well. I think this is the dude on Twitter, the little Momo dude. He says we should trade Daniel Jones in the offseason to sign Josh Dobbs to bridge the QB, hopefully Drake May. Yeah, that's you. No, sir.
If I can remark on that, too little too late to trade with Arizona to get Derek May or Caleb Williams. Dobbs is now in Minnesota.
Yeah, Dobbs is in Minnesota, but he'll be a free agent. We could sign Dobbs as a free agent after this season. I wouldn't mind Josh Dobbs as a free agent.
I doubt that, bro. I doubt that. I think Josh Dobbs is going to replace Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins is done.
Kirk Cousins is definitely probably not going to be a Viking after next year. Heavyweight champ, he says, woo! Keep in mind that both of them knew the history of the G-Man having bad O-lines coming in. So if they repeat this mess, then like Lou said, it's Vamoose. Number 73 is a natural guard. Woo! I think he is.
Let me ask
he is a guard.
Pat, can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Mets.
In regards to what happened on Sunday, had the weather been perfect, no rain, no pounding down, would the Giants have been throwing more often, or would they still be stymied by the no-fly zone of the Jets? Would they be sticking to the ground?
With DeVito?
No. The whole plan was to run Saquon Barkley into the ground until you needed to run Saquon Barkley.
Before Tyrod got hurt.
That's the stupidest thing. That's the stupidest thing ever. You run Saquon Barkley 36 times, but don't give him the 37th carry on 4th and inches to end the game. It doesn't make any sense. Dash, what's going on, Dash?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Cool,
Hi, Dash.
cool.
Hi, Dash.
So let me get this straight. What do you think about? I asked this question in the beginning of the stream. Do you think Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley future with the New York Giants is in doubt?
Saquon Barkley more than Daniel Jones, I would say that, money wise. Outside of that, man, like I said, there's a lot more games left this season. It feels bad right now, but we got to see. Pause. We got to see what we got to see what these next couple of weeks look like, man. Because I tell you this right. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Lou, we should have won this last game. That's the shit that got me so fired up, man. But
Truth.
We should have won all the 6 losses we have, bro.
I had to, I know. I had to send my son out of the room when it was 24 seconds left after we didn't run the ball. But I think like it's nothing we can do as far as with Daniel Jones and his contract. So he's gonna be here regardless of what we decide to do in the draft. He's gonna be here another year. But for me, man, I'm rooting for wins. I'm not rooting for losses. So I'm trying to see what we can throw together these next couple of games, to be honest. Because here's the thing: if we beat the Raiders, cool. Ain't nobody gonna be jumping over fences and stuff if we beat the Raiders. But you turn around and beat Dallas, then you talk about restoring some faith back in to the fan base for the most part. At least for somebody like me.
You see that right there.
Don't expect me to hop into the stream next week for the Dallas game.
Thank God.
Now wait a minute, Dash. Now wait a minute. I've been studying this for the last few days. So here's the thing.
Winning the next 9 games and we go on 11-6, people. Now put that in your pipe.
No. Wait a minute. Even if you lose, let's say you lose, you beat the Raiders, you lose to Dallas. Look at the teams you got coming up. Okay, New England at home, Green Bay at home, the Saints at the Saints. The Rams are trending downwards. Washington has basically said we don't want to play football no more this year. Yesterday, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
So you tell me.
Don't forget Green Bay.
Tiki Barber was making a case on the radio. Let me finish. Tiki Barber was on the radio. Why can't the Giants go 6-3 the rest of the way, get to 8-9? An 8-9 team is getting into the 7th seed in the NFC. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I'll say this: 6 wins is way more feasible than 9 wins. Because you talking about winning out, Luke. That's. I'm not hating at all. I'm just saying that's you just got. You know what you say? You got the faith of a mustard seed right now. I ain't got that. I ain't got that for 9 wins. I got like what Miz talking about, 6 wins, 6-3
is realistic. 6-3 is
faith. I didn't say I had
Let me
faith.
say this.
Into existence. I don't have faith.
Let me say this. We beat the Raiders like we're supposed to, and we mess around and beat the Cowboys,
which would be a miracle.
Hold on, Matt. We mess around and beat the Cowboys. I think we do go on a run because I know we're gonna beat Washington again. Green Bay is very beatable. The Rams are very beatable.
Green Bay at home, Pat. Green Bay at home. Come on, the Packers stink.
The Patriots are very beatable.
Yeah.
And we mess around and beat. And the Eagles DBs are terrible. And we mess around and beat the Eagles just once. We're in the playoffs.
I hear you. I just need to see what Daniel Jones looks like. He can't look like the first 5 weeks, man. He can't look like that.
All I'm saying is, if we beat the teams we're supposed to beat and beat Dallas, we're in the playoffs. Even if we lose to the Eagles twice, because we'll be 9-8. And then the Eagles might not even have nothing to play for that last game. You see what I'm saying? Because the Eagles might have the division on lock.
Yeah.
There goes another.
They might have the whole conference on lock going into that last game.
As long as that O-line holds up like Ghost Dog said, if they play like they've done the past 2 weeks, which hasn't been terrible, it's actually looked like an NFL offensive line. It hasn't been that awful.
Yeah, but they put Neal back in, so it's not going to look the way it's looked the past couple of years.
Trust me, it's going to be good with Neal. You'll see.
I got it. The guy's a walking turnstile.
Yeah.
We'll revisit this, man.
I tell you, it's a good game for him to be back, though. That Raiders game is a good game for him to be back. We'll see what happens, though.
To give him some confidence. Hopefully, our defense, and especially if our defense keeps playing like they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't allowed more than 15.
If that defense,
if that really the last 3 weeks, Pat. I mean, why people making believe that they didn't play a good game against Buffalo? They did.
They played a hell of a game against.
Hell yeah.
3 quarters.
That's another game we should have won.
Buffalo. They have kept us in the games.
Right. So if that
been able to close it.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
If that defense continues to play the way that they're playing, we could beat all. Yeah, somebody in the background talking loud, but they can beat all those teams that we've mentioned. Mm-hmm. And if they can somehow find a way to beat Dallas, which they can, we can beat Dallas. Dallas is not unstoppable. We get to Dak Prescott the way we've been getting to all these other quarterbacks, we'll have success against them too. It's not far-fetched to say that we can end the season around 9-8. Even if we lose to Dallas once and lose to Philly once, as long as we win all those other games, we good. So let's see what this offensive line can do moving forward with Daniel Jones at the helm. Let's see if they'll play Jalen Hyatt more. I don't know, man. There is a chance. It's very, very, very slim. But there is a chance that we can win those games that we're supposed to win and win one of those Eagles-Dallas games. Just win one of them, and we'll be in the playoffs. Because I know for a fact 9 and 8 getting you in the playoffs in the NFC this year. And like you said, man, 8 and 9 might get you in there.
8 and 9.
9 might get you in there, but if we only beat Philly or Dallas once, that means we only got 2 division wins.
No, we got 3. I think we beat Washington twice again this year.
Well, you didn't say we had to beat them again. That's what I'm saying. If we only beat Philly or Dallas, but we don't win the other Washington game, we'll only have 2 division wins.
Those are one of the games that we're supposed to win. That's why I didn't say it.
I'm just making sure that we was understanding each other. I'm like, we can't beat Philly or Dallas and lose to Washington.
Yeah.
How about this? How about if I told you this? You tell me the Giants can't go 5-3 the next 8 and take you into the last week with at least a game to play to get in, even if they don't win that last game. They came back and gave you a hell of a season from the dead. And how are we feeling going into the offseason? Much better.
It's possible, Miz, but like I said, it's all about what we look like. Like it can't be the defense. You know how we were in 2016 where the defense was, and we was only scoring like 11, 12 points. It can't look like that where the defense is just shutting people out.
No, you want to see O-line and Jones come together here.
I need to see some offense, man. Like we need to get to at least 20 points a game, 21 points a game. If we try, like if we average 20 points, 21 points a game, we would be 4 and 4 right now. If we could just score,
shit, maybe 5 and 3. I think we beat San Francisco too. Remember, it was only 17-12 late in the third quarter, and we couldn't score no more after that third quarter.
Yep, our whole line is atrocious.
Go. One game. Let's call it a one-game season. Go beat the Raiders. Score 20, 24 points. Go beat the Raiders, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders are a disaster. They fired the entire organization last night. Antonio Pierce is their head coach. He's never been a head coach in his life. Okay?
Wait a minute. Our former Antonio
I love
Pierce.
the guy, but go beat the Raiders this week. There is no reason the Giants can't win this game 23-16. Okay?
All right, Alex says, question for the panel. Who's your starting 5 when Neal and AT come back, left to right? Left tackle, Andrew Thomas. Left guard, Preston. Center, JMS. Right guard, Pugh. Right tackle, Evan Neal. I believe that's the lineup they're going to throw out there.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
I would keep everything except Evan Neal. I'm sorry. At this point, I would let Evan Neal sit on the bench and watch.
That I also agree to.
Listen. Miz said earlier that this NFL has not changed. You got to develop these guys. I agree with that. But if in the process of developing you're sucking, then your ass is going to develop on the sideline. And we're going to let you watch how it needs to be done. Because you're not producing. You're hurting the team. So you can develop your ass on the side, taking reps, and go over there and work out while everybody else is really earning their paycheck.
Damn right.
Good enough to get in there. Because my brain says, me throwing you in there because you're a high draft pick and we paid a lot of money for you doesn't mean shit to me. Just because we're paying you a lot of money, if you're not producing and you're not helping us win, I'm not putting you out there. I don't care where we drafted you. I don't care what the fans say. I don't care how much money you getting paid. If you ain't helping us produce wins, you not playing. I don't give a damn if you're the first overall pick and you think you God's gift to the world. I'm going to humble your ass and let you know you whack. Sit on the get in your
man.
Earn the right to be on the field. Until then, you have not earned it, sir. I don't care where the hell you were drafted.
For me, I agree with Pat. I agree with Pat. I'll say this for Evan Neal. Evan Neal got to the bye for me. He got to the bye. If he ain't holding out by the bye, that gives you a week to put his ass inside the guard, and I'm putting Pugh at right tackle.
For me, sit your ass on the bench and learn.
You know they're not gonna do that, Lou.
Nah, he got to play this week. You guys are crazy, bro.
He's definitely gonna play this way. That's what I said. I agree with Pat. I'm giving Evan Neal into the bye week. You figure that's the Raiders, that's Dallas.
I'm tired of giving linemen chances to be bought, bro. We've done this shit too long. We let Eric Flowers stay out there for how long?
Flowers stayed out there for what, 3 years, didn't he?
Hold on. We let Weston Richburg stay out there for how long? We let Eric Flowers stay out there for how long? We let Nate Solder stay out there for how long? We let Garcia, Feliciano, Glowinski, all these dudes is trash. And we keep, maybe next week he'll get better. Maybe next season. Fuck that shit, bro. I don't care how much money your contract calls for. I don't care where you were drafted at. If you can't fucking block, you're getting our quarterback hit. F you. Sit on the bench. And if you cry about it and be a little bitch, off with you. Trade your sorry ass.
But Lou, like Bobby Johnson ain't got nothing to do with this, Lou.
Yeah, he do. He should have been fired.
So that's what I'm saying. So listen, I'm with you. Like I said, if we were to move him now, I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm just saying I don't think they're gonna do it. I would love to see Evan Neal on the tutelage of another offensive line coach, man. But he ain't gonna get a chance to see that though. Brian Dable ain't got the balls to fire his boy.
That's why nobody respects this team, Dash. You remember the old coaches? The old coaches, I don't give a damn where you was drafted at. What my man Mike Singletary say to Vernon Davis? Can't coach with him. Can't win. I don't give a damn where you was drafted at, bro. If you don't buy into this system and you don't pull your damn weight to the bench, I don't give a shit if you're first overall. And when a team sees you say, you know what, I don't care if you're the star diva wide receiver, to the bench with your ass. Ride the pine. The rest of the players say, you know what, we need to get our shit together. When you don't do that, they continue to have a free pass. They continue to come in here and put minimal effort, do just enough to keep their damn job.
Wait a minute.
Those are not the kind of guys I want representing that NY logo. You come out here, you play with a broken damn jaw, Mark Bavaro style. If you can't come out here and play through the pain, do what it takes to put the team first, F you. I don't want you on the team. Period.
Lou, first of all, these are Gen Zers, man. Ain't nobody Bavaro out there. Ain't nobody that tough no more. They don't make them that tough no more, man.
Stop getting schoolboys with straight A's. Go get me a motherfucker with a record and a few off the field offenses. Put him in the helmeted pads and let him go break somebody's damn chest plate.
I'm with you.
No, wait.
I'm with you, but John Mara ain't doing that. You already know what it is, man.
No. Wait a minute.
School Aquinas guys.
That's not true, man. You guys are wrong on this one because Evan Neal definitely works hard. He definitely busts his ass. He definitely trains hard.
I didn't say he didn't.
He's definitely trying to get better. So that's not true now.
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't say that at all. I'm thinking it has more to do with the coaching.
To speak to
O-line conversation, bro. This shit has been almost 15 years of O-line conversation. It's ridiculous.
Well, to speak to what Lou and Dash are talking about, man, is with Evan Neal. Nobody's saying that he's not working. We're just saying it's no, he didn't. Nobody say he wasn't working or training. They said it's just not working out. Whatever he's doing is not working.
It's too early to determine that. I'm sorry.
Miz.
Too early to determine that.
I'm not saying to get rid of the kid. I'm saying make a statement. Put his ass on the bench. Let him know, hey, you're not cutting it. You ain't up to par. You ain't producing. And if you don't start producing, some changes might need to occur. Sometimes you have to light a fire under some of these players' asses. Not everybody learns the same way. Some people need that, it's okay approach. Some people need to get your ass out there approach. You know what I'm saying? Everybody learns different. Apparently, this babying him is not working. So you might need to kick him in the ass. Put him on the bench. Let him know, hey, listen, bro, your shit ain't up to par. You whack. You're leaning too far.
But Lou, we don't know how he's getting coached right now, Lou.
I know that he ain't getting coached right because OG Bobby Johnson ain't teaching him.
I do agree with that part. I do, but as far as if he's being coached hard, if he's being coached softballs, we don't know what. I don't know what Bobby Johnson is behind closed doors, to be honest.
But what I'm saying is, we've seen him produce badly.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
He's been coddled.
100. Well, I don't know.
Listen, you were allowed to come out here and call the fans burger flippers and stuff, and you didn't get in trouble for that. So what I'm saying is, maybe at this point, you need to make him ride some pine. Yeah, you're not injured no more. Yeah, great. You're a high draft pick. But that don't mean nothing because your numbers ain't adding up. So I'm going to need you to sit on the bench and watch your backup and tell me what you see him doing better than you. Maybe that'll make him say, okay, shit is real. I might lose my job.
That's where the problem is, Lou. Because we ain't got nobody better. That's the crazy part.
Hold on, let me talk for a
consistently.
Second. Let me talk for a second. Tyree Phillips is a better right tackle than Evan Neal right now. And there's no question about it. When you see Tyree, go look at the film. Look at Tyree Phillips. He may have given up one good pressure since he's been in there. And that's a fact.
So Pat, I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue that at all. I'm just saying, as far we deserve better altogether. I'm just saying, as far as Evan Neal and Tyree Phillips, yes, Tyree Phillips has played better than Evan Neal. That's not an argument. I'd rather see Phillips too.
One more strike.
Is he better? Like, is he worthy of starting? Like, is Tyree Phillips?
Is he playing better, sir? Is he playing better?
Is he the future?
It don't matter about the future. Is Tyree Phillips playing better than him right now?
Yeah, but that's not saying much.
That is saying much the way that he's played the past couple of weeks.
No, I know where he's going. I get what you're saying, Dash. But when we saying right now, who gives us the better chance to win?
Tyree Phillips. I agree with you. Okay. I agree with you.
Until Neal gets his shit together, Tyree Phillips needs to be out there, and Neal needs to be out there like this. What's he doing? Let me study his technique. Oh, he actually kicked out a third step. Maybe I need to add that to my repertoire. Oh, he didn't lean forward off balance. Maybe I need to add that to my repertoire. Maybe
but you know,
sit down and watch.
But this is what needs to happen. If Evan Neal goes out there the next couple of games and struggle, he needs to be benched. Period. And you let Tyree Phillips play until he shows you that he can't play. Reason why? Evan Neal was too damn happy in that interview today. There's no reason why you should be bubbly giggly talking about, yeah, we finally get ready to play with the offensive line starting together again. When you was the weak link when everybody was playing. Why are you so happy? He should be worried about Phillips taking his job.
Because it's the Raiders, and he know he got a chance to look good.
Hold on. Why is he happy against the Raiders when he's gonna have to go against Max Crosby? That's nothing to be happy about and smiling about if I'm struggling and I'm going against Max Crosby. That's nothing to be smiling at.
That's a good way to put it. Because Crosby gonna eat.
Crosby is nowhere near a bum. So why is he smiling the way that he is, like he's been playing well before he got hurt, when he was probably the worst lineman we had out there? And this, to go to Little Bulldozer's point, Andy Reid did bench that right tackle when he was struggling. He signed a huge contract coming over there. And he benched him for a couple of games. And guess what? He got his damn act together, didn't he?
That's my point.
Was this in Philly or Kansas City?
In Kansas City, he got benched. The right tackle for Kansas City.
You talking about Orlando Brown?
No, the right tackle, whoever that dude is, they signed from the Jaguars.
Oh, the guy right now.
Yeah, the guy right now. He got benched this season because he kept false starting, he kept holding, he kept getting penalties, and Andy Reid benched his ass, like Lou said. Benched him for a game, came back the next game, did the same thing, benched him again, went back in there after another game, and he hasn't been doing it since. So something must have gotten his brain like, oh, this money don't mean a damn thing over here with this championship winning team. They're going to play the player who plays the best. And maybe that's the message we should send. Why is Evan Neal smiling and laughing? You've been terrible this year. You shouldn't be smiling and laughing at all. You should be straight business. Ain't nothing for you to be giggling about getting ready to go against Max Crosby. What you laughing at?
That's just pure arrogance on Neal's part.
He's not arrogant, bro. It's not true, bro. He's not arrogant, man. He's not.
Miz, you know
That's-
nigga personally.
If you're cackling like a hyena,
Defending the hell
Don't-
out of
Bro, man, he's fucking right, man. Go turn some burgers, bro. He's right. No, he fucking, you know, the media irks these players. So you know these players try to irk the media back. That's what that is, man.
At the end
Nah.
of the day,
I'm
you're
telling
getting
you.
millions. Hold on. You're getting millions of dollars to play a game.
Yeah, you do.
At the end of the day. So if you suck at that game, guess what? People gonna tell you suck.
3
You have to be man enough to know, hey,
probably.
I'm playing the game. I'm representing this team. I'm representing this city. This is a hard, rough place. They're gonna let you know how you feel. And if I'm not up to par, I need to own my shit and wear it. Again, part of being a man is being accountable. If you mess up, you
He's
say,
a
hey,
kid, bro.
sorry guys, it's on me. I messed up. Not, oh, well, these guys could be flipping burgers. That's some whack shit, bro.
Boy, he's a kid, Lou. He's a kid, bro.
So
that one's on me. I deserve that boo. That's
so
what
let
you
me
say.
so let me ask you this, Miz.
Yeah.
As much as Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones has been destroyed in the media,
Right.
have you ever seen them attack the fans?
No, no.
And Daniel Jones has been through way worse. Way worse.
By sports analysts,
Okay.
not just fans.
Hold on.
Primetime television.
Hold on, Pat. Okay, Barkley grew up around New York City also, so he gets it. So yes, he did. His family is from the Bronx, bro. They get it. His family's from the Bronx. They get it. Number 2, Daniel Jones is an extremely intelligent guy, and one of the reasons they drafted him is because he's a lot like Eli Manning. He's a low demeanor, and he knows how to handle big pressured moments, and he puts it on him the way a QB is supposed to. Not like Zach across town who, you know, got into trouble with this type of shit. So anyway, Neal's never been in the big city. He grew up right here 10 minutes from where I am in Karaoke, Florida. He's from a small little neighborhood in Florida. He was in Alabama. And you're talking about someone who's an all-American stud his entire life. So he's not trash.
All the more reason you should bench him to give him a wake-up call. Say, hey, here you're not.
You could do that.
That man is a guard at the end of the day.
Or you could play him this week against Crosby the Beast and give him a real ass test, and let's find out if he can man up. I look at it that way.
That happened.
Pause on the ass test.
Yeah, but we gave him like how many chances we gonna give him?
Dash, what do you mean how many chances?
My question exactly.
Because every time, like I've been on this same boat. I'm like, okay, we're gonna keep going with Neal. And this whole summer I defended him. He went and got outside coaching. He went and lost some weight. You know, he's working on everything he's supposed to be working on. And then you see him, and it's the same thing we saw last year, man. It's the same thing.
No, I'll take it one further, Dash. It's the same thing I saw at a college film, bro. I said
Now, he looks worse than what he did in college.
Hold on. I said that these were his problems before we drafted him. If you go back and watch,
that's because you wanted a Kwanu. I remember you got that too.
I wanted a Kwanu because he was better. I don't give a shit what these players look like, what they weigh, how big they are, who their girlfriend is, what city they came from, what program they came from.
But Lou, Evan Neal looked better in college than he did now.
I want the guy who plays better to be on my team. What I said during the draft, I said I don't want Evan Neal because he doesn't have good footwork, and then he leans forward to make up for bad footwork, and he's off balance. Verbatim, I said that shit before my first mock draft video. I said who I don't want and who I want. I don't like Ikem Ekwonu because he's a better person than Evan Neal. I don't know neither one of these guys. He's a better player at the right tackle position. And that's simply why I wanted him, and that's simply why I said Evan Neal was not the pick for me. These are not problems that just arose. These are problems that this man had in Alabama, which is why I go back to Bobby Johnson. You've had this man for a season and a half now, and you haven't been able to coach them bad habits away.
Shit, nah, Bobby Johnson has been making everybody worse, in my opinion.
Well,
You
I
haven't been
wouldn't
able
say.
to teach these guys how to pick up a stunt or a twist. You haven't been able to coach up these bad habits. You haven't been able to do shit with this O line.
Well, I will say this. I will say this. Answering Iman Perry. I think we all know a little bit more about football than you give us credit for. Yes, he did play on the left side of college, but me, Joe, and Lou called out these issues before he even came to this team. So it really comes down to this. People were picking up stunts when he was out. That's a fact. This offensive line looked way better when he was out. That's a fact. So what is it about everybody else that the team can start picking up stunts when you go to the bench? Can you explain that to me? And I'm not vouching for Bobby Johnson. I think he should be gone. But damn it, did this team not start picking up stunts when he went to the bench? Instead of giving up 7 sacks a game, they only gave up 4, and 2 of them was because Tyrod Taylor caused them.
I mean, the other thing is, I'm an Alabama fan. I saw Evan Neal his whole damn career.
Yes, I saw him his whole
Off on the
career
right
too.
side. He started
Yes,
off on the
he
right.
did.
The only reason why I wanted him over Kim Aquano is because he had that history of playing on the right side. That's why I wanted him over Charles Cross. If you picked up Charles Cross, he was more of a left tackle than a right. Like, come on, man.
Hold on, Dash.
Hold
Nobody
on.
said
Before
nobody no.
Before you get to that one, because you said right here. Where's that? Where's that comment? Where'd it go? Oh, QB. No. Chance. You guys don't understand football. All right. Now, you said he was when you read that comment, you said these guys don't know football. He was referring to when they said give him another chance. He said chance. These guys don't know football. He wasn't talking about us. He was talking about the guys who said give Neal a chance.
That's me. And I still say, give him a chance to develop. and I'll prove your fucking ass wrong, and I'll be looking for you later. And these guys know that I've been right on players before. And Evan Neal is going to be a stud O-lineman.
A stud O-lineman guard is what he's going to be.
Actually,
he can't survive on the peninsula.
Actually, he's talking to us. Because Dash said, well, how many chances you want to give him, Miz? He's talking to us. He wasn't talking to Miz. He's defending Evan Neal.
Okay.
He said both QBs got hurt. It was not Neal's fault. Nobody blamed Evan Neal for the quarterbacks getting hurt.
Neal was the reason he got hurt.
The offense,
gave more pressures up, more QB hits, and more sacks.
The offensive line, hold on. The offensive line was no reason why Tyrod Taylor got hurt. Tyrod Taylor got hurt on the scramble.
He's unlucky. Because he's unlucky and he fell on the ball.
He's unlucky. Every time he gets hit, he gets hurt. That was on Tyrod Taylor. Now Daniel Jones got hurt because Zudu gave up an immediate pressure, let Van Ginkel hit him in the back of the neck. All we're saying is that we don't see anything better than what he did last year. And he actually looked worse this year than he did last year. That's a problem.
You know what the crazy thing is?
Go ahead.
The crazy thing about we've seen Evan Neal's athleticism out off the field. I've seen this man do box jumps, split box jumps, all this athleticism that he has for a guy that's 6'7" and 350 pounds, but you don't see none of that athleticism on the field.
It's weird, bro. It's like
I don't understand it.
Third kick step is weird.
Like he got crazy he's an athletic guy, but when for me, all last year I thought maybe he was in his head too much. Bobby Johnson was coaching him wrong. His sets was crazy. And then I'm like, okay, boy, he went and got outside coaching, so he's going to get back to where he was at in Alabama a little bit. And then we see him this year, and it's the same shit over and over again.
Thank you, Miss BITCH. Happy New Year to you too.
Right.
Dash,
I mean,
hold on,
it's weird to me.
Hold up, Dash. Now, this is my thing, right? He has all that athleticism, right? But because of the school he came out of, the program he came out of, Alabama, the prestigious Nick Saban, all of that, right? The titles, the records, Crimson Tide, yeah. Okay. Now, everybody said give him a chance, develop him, right? We had a guy who was a freak of nature here, and we let him go because he was on a damn pathway program, Roy Mbatika. Okay? Now, you want to talk about developing monsters? We should have kept that international pathway player here. Yeah, he was raw. Yeah, he started playing football late, but his intangibles and his natural God-given talents were unsurpassed by anybody that was coming out of the draft. The only reason they didn't give him a chance was because he was raw and he started football mad late. If we would have kept that man and developed him, he'd be ready to step in right now and be better than Evan Neal.
Lou, that's far-fetched, Lou.
That's not far-fetched, bro. Listen, one thing I know is O-line play, bro. If you go back and watch my first, I know O-line play. I know O-linemen, bro. I know power. I know physics. I know speed, and I know leverage. That's what it takes to be an offensive lineman.
He was athletic because he was a hooper in Africa. He was a hooper in Africa. He just happened to be the size that he was.
I'll say this, Dash. When I looked at him play, he did have some skill. And he had extremely long arms, and he knew how to
Roy, right? Yeah, great. He had good feet because he was a hooper. He played ball.
Okay. So why can't we develop that?
Doesn't that give tight ends in the NFL an advantage when they?
We can't develop them because we got Bobby damn Johnson.
So you get rid of him because you believe your coach can't. If you believe your coach can't coach up a player, you need to get rid of that coach.
Absolutely, that's what we've been waiting for.
Period.
You can't tell me everybody here when we got Joshua Azuda, we talked about how good his feet were, and then we get here Bobby Johnson is out here ruining people. He is ruining people, in my opinion. I don't know what is going on. I saw the tape of Joshua Azuda after the fact because I didn't know who he was when we drafted him. Then I went back and watched. I said, "Well, this guy got pretty good damn feet." We knew he needed to get stronger.
I believe he could have been a better right tackle than Evan Neal right now. It just seems like Evan Neal is moving in mud. I don't know if he needs to lose a little bit more weight. Maybe that's hindering him. I don't know. But it just seems like the man is moving in mud, and it's not good to have on the field right now against the edge rush presses that we have in the NFC East. It's just not.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Not saying that you get rid of him. Not saying that, man, Iman, that man was not hurt before he hurt his ankle. I'm sorry. But you're taking it as the point as we're saying get rid of him. No, I'm saying actually play him this game. But if he goes the next 2 to 3 games looking the exact same, then what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do?
Move him to guard, Pat. Move him to guard.
But that's what we're talking about. But he just got on to say, what do you mean how many chances you're going to get him? He's only been here a year and a half.
I'm willing to give him a fresh start at guard.
Right. I'm saying with an offensive lineman, you can't take that chance because they help your run game and they protect your quarterback. If you can't protect your quarterback, you can't do shit, man.
And I forgot a few when I was on my rant. How long did we let Patrick Omame stay out there? How long?
1 year.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we've had too many goofy ass offensive linemen that didn't produce. And I'm just tired of having the O-line discussion.
Yeah, both in the draft and free agency.
You can go out there and get Drake May. You can go out there and get Caleb Williams. You can go out there and get whatever quarterback you want. If this O-line does not block, they're not going to look good. The New York Giants proved it against the GOAT, Tom Brady, in 2 different Super Bowls. You put pressure on the GOAT, and the GOAT becomes a sheep.
Yeah, Amon he is a good run blocker, but this is a passing league, man. Like we see what running the ball does. Not much.
Look,
it don't get you over the hump.
I believe we're a running team. But the way that he's playing so bad that is every time you do pass the ball, he was letting somebody get in there. That's the point. Let's just say he was playing at Tyree Phillips level, I'll be like, okay, we got something here. He just needs a little bit more development.
Pump the brakes, bulldozer.
But he's playing worse than he was playing in his rookie year in the beginning of the year until he got hurt. And then when he got hurt, the offensive line played a lot better. The guard beside him, which was Glowinski, had his 2 best games of the season, the 2 best games of his Giants career when he went to the bench because of the injury.
Right.
So what does that say? What is that saying? It's saying that whatever Evan Neal is doing out there, he's causing major problems.
Well, it's saying 2 things, because we can't forget that Bobby Johnson was the O-line coach full time, right? When Dable stepped in, he didn't just step in on Kafka. He went into that O-line room and told him what he expected out of them. He went into the receivers room. He went into Kafka's room, and he told everybody. He got back involved, and we've seen a difference. This O-line has been blocking better, not because of OG Bobby Johnson and not even because Evan Neal is out fully. Yes, he's a big reason why the blocking has gotten better, but I think the blocking has gotten better because Dave stepped in and started talking to this O-line because Bobby Johnson ain't getting it done. So I think, yes, Ezeudu and them guys being in, Phillips being in there made a huge impact and a huge difference as opposed to Evan Neal. But you can't disregard the fact that Dable went in there and stirred up the hornet's nest as well.
That's a whole nother subject too, with Dable having to step in. Like, yeah, I don't know if y'all talked about it earlier, but Cap was gone, right? We can agree to that. That Cap was gone after this year.
Yeah, you got to let him finish the year, and I agree
Yeah.
with Pat on that because if you get rid of him mid-season, you kind of make it hard for the next OC to come in because they're gonna think you're hard to work for. If you handle this wrong, it could set a bad tone for your coaching career for Dable.
But what about the offensive line? Is an entirely different story, though, right?
Well, if you have if you fire him mid-season and you do it wrong, and you're a first-time head coach in your second year as a coach, and the other OCs around the league have a perception of you that you're difficult to work for or that you're going to embarrass them or get rid of them mid-season, it kind of gives you a bad reputation and makes people not want to work with you. You know what I mean?
But where we're at right now, as far as like we all know, the weakest link for the Giants is the offensive line. Like, how is it doing it wrong though? That's
The
not.
offensive line and the play calling.
Yeah, that too. But like you said, I can understand your argument with OC, but like Bobby, like if you got rid of Bobby Johnson now, like the closer we get to Christmas, this shit ain't gonna happen. He ain't gonna fire him, right before Christmas.
I've been saying fire OG Bobby Johnson.
Yeah, me too. I've been saying this since October. Yeah.
I was with that during the middle. Of week 3. Shit.
Yeah.
I was saying that from the start of the year after the blowout against Dallas.
I mean, that was the rain. That was like that blowout. We still, we just thought we had the socks blown off.
Yo, don't mention Josh McDaniels' name here, man.
Somebody said something about Josh McDaniels.
He was just mentioning the conspiracy. They saying that he paid for Hernandez to get hit. That Hernandez didn't hit himself, and they just released Chandler Jones because he exposed that on the internet.
Wow.
You said Hernandez. What do you mean Hernandez?
Him and Josh McDaniels supposedly had an affair, and McDaniels had him killed.
Wait, what?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're gonna have to.
Chandler Jones came out and put that on.
Oh wait. We gonna leave that.
Right.
Leave that for the.
Hey, I don't care what nobody
gossip column.
Believe it, because Josh McDaniels look extra sweet.
Great googly. Okay.
I never liked him anyway. We don't want to talk about him over here.
McDaniels is trash. He get every chance in the world. He should never ever get another head coaching job ever.
I wonder why. Did he do something behind the scenes to keep his job? Like
Oh
they do
boy.
in Hollywood?
Man,
Holly weird.
permission to speak?
Back to football.
Permission to speak. You guys are sick.
I don't hear nothing about that. That's crazy. But
that's wild.
Yeah,
they
we
just
almost
Chandler Jones for that. They just fired him for that because he said he didn't want to work for Josh McDaniels. And then he said
Chandler Jones was out there getting in domestic situations and stuff too.
Wasn't he was just out there crying on camera too, wasn't he? He broke down, didn't he?
That's what he was talking about. He said, y'all think my boy Hernandez, he said, y'all think my boy Chico killed himself? He said, y'all really think my boy Chico killed himself? That's when he exposed it, and they fired him.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I just saw the clip. I didn't know what he was crying about. We was too busy losing. I wasn't paying attention to nobody else.
Right. But we've been on here almost 2 hours, fellas. So I'm gonna let y'all get y'all last words in. I truly believe this New York Giants team can actually turn it around. We beat the Raiders. We got a chance.
Wait. Didn't we win? Didn't he win Super Bowls as an OC? Who? Mike Kafka was never an offensive coordinator until Dable gave him the job.
No, he's
He
talking
talking about
about
McDaniels.
McDaniel. Yeah, he won many Super Bowls with the Patriots as offensive coordinator.
Nobody was talking about his OC.
Yeah, he's a trash head coach. We didn't say nothing about him being an OC. He's trash
Right.
when it
He's a
comes to head
trash
coaching.
head coach. That man has literally destroyed 2 organizations in one division. The
As long as
Broncos and
Belichick's
the
in the building
Raiders.
with him, he all right when Belichick is there
Who
with
was
him.
the first one you said, Cat? Who was the first
The
one you sabotaged?
Broncos. The Broncos. He destroyed the
Yeah.
Broncos. And then he was the head coach for a couple of minutes and then turned down and went back
That's
to
when
Belichick.
that's when he reneged. How you renege on a head coaching job and still get hired somewhere else? That's crazy. You
Right.
might be right, Lou. I'm gonna leave it at that though.
Like, I don't know how this dude gets a head coaching job. He is absolute cheeks, bro.
I wouldn't
Like
mind Pat Shermer as OC though. I see him in the comments.
Now I understand what you were saying, little bulldozer. I would rather have Pat Shermer as our OC.
Well, the Raiders were starting to head upwards when that whole thing happened with Gruden. He had the ship turned up.
Yeah, the
no, they
crazy thing is
stupid when they stupid
talk about it,
because
Pat. Yeah,
they should have kept that coach that
super
intern
facts.
coach.
Yep.
Because he turned them around and got them into the playoffs, and then they
And
let
they
him
was
go for
playing for
Josh
him.
McDaniel.
They was playing for him hard too. Pause. He had that team working, and then they did him dirty.
Josh McDaniels turned Derek Carr from being an ascending quarterback to crying at the podium, my nigga, on multiple occasions.
He was crying.
That's how bad of a head coach he is, bro.
I mean, it's no wonder he requested a trade to New Orleans.
Man, that dude is
He ain't any
ass,
better
bro.
than that.
He didn't request no trade.
Nah,
they benched
man.
him.
Yeah, remember and he was at the Pro Bowl. Remember, he was at the Pro Bowl,
right?
And they was talking about cutting him or releasing him at the Pro Bowl.
And if you saw the game Monday night, man, this guy Adams looks like he's about to leave. So,
hey, who blame him? It wouldn't surprise me if Devontae went.
That man should have had over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, but Jimmy Garoppolo is cheeks.
That guy's
man.
Yeah, I've been saying he's garbage for a long time.
Don't let Joe hear you say that, sir.
He is trash can.
Talking about
How many
Garoppolo?
wide open receivers does that guy miss down the field?
Nah, Garoppolo's trash. Yeah.
Garoppolo in the careers.
He was trash the moment he got injured when he was in San Francisco.
Yeah, that man's
he
in the careers.
Just ran out of bounds. Yeah.
But we gonna get up out of here, man. Been on here 2 hours. Wasn't planning on being here that long. But thank you guys for always showing up and showing out, man, for the Big Blue crew. Much appreciate to everybody in the chat, from Lil Bulldozer to Ghost Dog to Tudo, JC, all you guys, man. Always appreciate the support.
Yeah. Hey, Pat, before you go, Iman, I need Iman back here after the Raiders game. Hopefully Neal plays well, but if he doesn't, hopefully we can see Iman back in here.
I'll be honest with you.
Miz, we're supposed to hang out this weekend, man. I'm really disappointed, bro.
It's not my fault. I made it rain for you.
And chop it up with you, bro, and play football. I mean, and talk football and enjoy the game, man.
I'm gonna be in Detroit, baby. We're gonna go to 8 Mile. We're gonna run up the line.
When I see it, sir.
I'll be there. And by the way,
we're playing the Lions this season.
Did you enjoy a heavy dose of the swamp New York weather?
Oh man, that's my home, bro. I was at home. Pat to tell you the minute we turned in, I was back in rare form. I was cursing at people, honking at people, driving through. I was like, yeah, I'm back home, baby.
this weekend was so crazy, boy. Went from North Carolina, which was decently warm, to New York that was cold. Came back to the North Carolina, which was warm. Flew to Louisiana, and it's cold as hell down here, boy. I'm one step away from being sick, man. I've been drinking NyQuil like syrup.
Highlight Ghost Dog's last comment.
I love that Meadowlands.
Yeah, we was driving to New Jersey. He said, "Man, we close to New Jersey." He was like, "I said, how you know that?" The smell. I started dying laughing.
Y'all got to stop. That's no New Jersey slander. Cut it out.
Nah, listen, bro. We was driving, and I said, "Oh, we about 10 minutes away from Jersey." And he was like, "How you know that?" I said, "I could smell it."
Jersey, all the smokestacks in New Jersey off the highways. All those smokes.
Nah, I hear you.
Hoboken train station has a distinct smell. Newark has a distinct smell.
Yes, they do.
The Hudson River has a distinct smell.
And the Hudson definitely got it.
Northeast, everybody from the tri-state, they know I'm telling the truth. If you grew up there, you know I ain't lying.
We love it, bro. We love it. We love it.
That's definitely true. This shit's hilarious. But I enjoyed my entire time out there, man. The block party, chilling with everybody, man. It was a fun time.
Hopefully you ate well out there, Pat.
Yeah, we had some good food out there, man. I'd say what y'all
You had to
pizza
run
is
that man
almost on
past a
par
diner.
with Chicago. Y'all
He
pizza
said
is almost on par
almost.
with.
He's a hater. That pizza was
Almost. What?
First of all, y'all cannot mess with our deep dish. Not
No.
at all.
That's a knife and fork. That's not pizza. That's a pie.
Right.
You cannot mess with our deep dish. I will say this: that Jersey triangle pizza, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Triangle pizza.
Yeah, that long ass pizza pause is ridiculous.
Right.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you mean? Stop it! You put our pizza against y'all pizza, our Chicago pizza versus y'all pizza. It is a wrap.
We win.
You won't beat us. You won't beat us, bro. First of all, we were the inventors of the square cut. Our square cut pizza is ridiculous.
Look, no, it's
Wait, are you talking about Sicilian? What?
Sicilians invented that. It was invented in Sicily.
Sicilian? Y'all didn't make Sicilian.
We perfected it.
I thought that was Detroit. They got the square pizza.
No, Detroit got the square deep dish.
Okay.
Said that's lasagna. That ain't pizza.
No, go to L&B Spumoni's. You'll love the square.
Spumoni's in Brooklyn, exactly. But it ain't the same no more.
Hold this L.
Man, y'all talking that trash.
You
Y'all
gotta
came
go to
in.
New York City Chinese food pack because that's real cat they use. Real cat.
Oh boy.
And real duck they hang in the window.
Wales, I was at your crib. You the one that got the pizza for me, brother. I gave you your props. But you can't mess with the deep dish, brother. I'm sorry.
That's Chicago. Nah, man. Pat, you crazy.
Rhode Island pizza.
My man said he don't know what a square cut is.
You don't even know what the square cut is, bro. But you
talking about a thin crust square cut? Oh, you talking about Sicilian? What we talking about?
Either one. We perfected both.
Nah, it's just Sicilian.
The greatest city in the world, bro. I'm in Florida for over a year. Bro, there's no place like New York City, never will be. I don't care how messy it is right now. It's still the greatest fucking city on earth. I miss it.
Yo, Honey Badger, what's going on, bro? Hope all is well, man. I ain't seen you in a minute, Honey Badger. Good to see you, bro.
Big Blue for life.
Well, I'm done.
Mets tapped out.
All right, Mets.
Man,
Chicago got good sandwiches, but y'all ain't got it with pizza.
What up?
Y'all gonna sit here and keep disrespecting Chicago pizza? That's what y'all.
It ain't disrespect. It's good. It's just not better than the thin crust.
What?
Deep dish ain't better than thin crust. Like it will never be.
Toss, bro. Nothing
that don't matter. It don't matter what city.
New York hand toss. That you know what it is.
New Haven, Connecticut.
I can't wait till the draft go to Chicago when we go there.
Get your mozzarella.
Chicago pizza barely beating Detroit pizza.
Man, you crazy. All right. It's been a good night. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, man. Y'all talking crazy. Detroit pizza? That's where we get ready to go. And let's take some Detroit pizza and compare it to New York.
I don't want no Detroit pizza. I don't
never had a Detroit pizza.
Their water's contaminated. I'm
bringing
my own water to Detroit.
Oh boy.
Y'all talking crazy. He says New Haven, Connecticut has award-winning pizza.
Yeah, New Haven's supposed to be. They're supposed to have the best, but I ain't never had it.
It's all about the person. It's about who's making the pizza themselves.
Levants, don't tell them nothing about the Chicago style dog.
Oh, I know about that. I know about the hot dogs. Pause.
Through Chi-Town, bro. Humboldt Park, baby. Y'all, man, listen, stop.
Man, listen. You've been all through there, but you act like you don't know the pizza better or something. You done forgot?
It's not.
The pizza not better, but
man. What makes y'all pizza better than Chicago?
It's good. And it's not greasy.
First of all,
hold on, nah, pizza greasy regardless. Pizza is greasy.
Pizza from Chicago, the whole bottom is grease, bro. The bread ain't even bread. It's saturated bread, saturated water,
bro. That's what makes our pizza the best.
Nah,
what are you talking about?
It makes it walking cholesterol.
Man. Yeah, that's what it is. It's high blood pressure.
Y'all don't know nothing about that Tony's pizza. When you get the bag and you can see clear through the bag. Man, y'all tripping, bro.
That's every pizza slice though. All pizza is greasy like that.
You can't mess with our deep dish pizza. No matter how you mess with it. You can't.
I'm going to tell you what we can't mess with. We can't mess with Shreveport's gumbo. But Chicago's pizza ain't got shit on New York's pizza.
Man, y'all tripping. I can't wait till we take a trip out there.
You know what's crazy? Go ahead and Google it. You can't even win the Google battle when it comes to pizza.
You said you can't.
Chicago can't win a Google battle when it comes to pizza.
What you want me to Google?
Is Chicago pizza better than New York pizza? Just Google that. You gonna see a hell no.
New York got the best bagels in the world.
I will say this. This is a way better argument than the Evan Neal argument.
Now the bagels, New York got bagels on lock. That's for sure.
Bagels are New York are sick, because the water is the best in New York.
I know you missed that down there in Florida. You would think with all those New Yorkers in Florida, they make better bagels.
It's the water, Dash. The water here tastes like shit.
I'm gonna read this article with you. I'm gonna read this article with you just to see. Now you won't even let me do it. Oh, here we go.
Now you made Pat get serious and go digging.
You got to Google it.
This is the last topic of the damn show. Legendary New York style versus Chicago pizza debate. No two pizzas are alike. Chicago pizza and New York pizza are no exception. Chicago style pizza is typically thicker and visibly different from New York style pizza. In contrast, New York style pizza is usually thin and wider than Chicago style pizza. That's an absolute fact. So we can read this article. There are several more differences between Chicago and New York pizza, and we will discuss these differences in the article. All right, 7 unique characteristics.
It's factual. We can't see the letters with them tiny ass print.
Just scroll all the way to the bottom and say where it says who's best.
All right.
Oven brick pizza.
There it is. Oh no, that's just saying best New York style pizza.
Right. Well, that's not saying New York pizza. Hold on, that's not saying which is best.
New York was best.
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Man.
Oh, we got a video. Hold on. We got a video.
I have Italiano pizza.
Chicago.
Illinois, boy.
Are you looking for a new city to
this ain't right.
Hell yeah, I'm looking for a new city to live in. Hell yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's check this out. Damn it, we're going to end this bait tonight.
The one thing I'll tell you is they're all good when you got cotton mouth.
Pat, nobody said that Chicago was horrible. We just said it ain't better than New York slice.
I think that is the second best food city in the world. Yeah, I think New York is number one. Chicago is best next, and I would have to say Bridgeport, Connecticut, then Jersey. I don't know if any of y'all ever been to Bridgeport, Father Panic Village, that area over there. Yo, they food is banging, son.
No, I haven't been over there, but yeah, I do have to say that the food out there is pretty good, and I ain't even get the full course. But as far as it comes to Chicago, the Italian spots are way better than what you guys have over there in Jersey / New York. But I will say this: nobody has like the Jamaican type cuisines that you guys have. It's a battle. I want to just say that it's just 1-2 New York than Chicago. I mean, they both have. I think it's 1A 1B, to be honest with you. But pizza wise, y'all can't mess with the deep dish. I'm sorry.
Next time you in Jersey, Pat, you got to go to a Portuguese barbecue spot. Them shits is hitting too.
Yeah, I got to try a whole lot more stuff when I go out there. It's too much stuff to try in one trip.
A Portuguese what, Dash?
Said Portuguese barbecue.
Oh yeah.
You know that you go in there, they got the chicken on the spigot spinning.
And they just keep bringing different food to your table.
Oh man, platters is crazy. Yep.
Yeah. you be turning food away, but you be like, all right,
you be asleep. But I'm Pat been trying to end this show for a while. Y'all have a good night, fellas.
You're right. Y'all have a good night. And once again, until the next episode, welcome to the Gulag.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground! This is the Gulag. In here, you fight to win back your life. Gates!